you're a special education teacher and have been for how many years?
41 years.
41 years.
Not all special ed, but mostly.
Yeah. So you've seen a lot of things in education, and so when this came about, what were your thoughts to start with?
Just another program. Here we go again.
Yeah.
You know, how can something this simple actually work? It's like, yeah, right. We've spent lots of money on lots of things that haven't worked, and now we've got 2 pennies that are going to work? Sure.
When you first saw it or heard about it, what did you think?
I had trouble believing it would actually work, that it would be that simple. So I was kind of not sure about it at first until I saw it work with the kids and stuff.
Pretty skeptical.
Yeah.
It seems like most people, they're like, what?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so then you were trained or shown the system and actually saw it work with kids. So what did you think about that when you first saw?
It was pretty immediate when you saw the kids, and especially when I was working with a student that I'd been working with for the last 2 years and nothing had been working, and then it happened pretty immediately, the fluency and stuff, which was cool to see. And you could tell that he could just see the words better.
What began as an eye relaxation technique for Dr. George Manila has become a life-altering experience for some students in northern Nevada. Over the past few decades, Dr. Manila has worked with students who demonstrate reading problems such as dyslexia and has refined a 2-step process for helping these students see the words more clearly. He uses a daily eye exercise called penny power, along with a reading method that shows students how to focus on words to make them clear while reading. So you guys are all using the penny power?
Yeah.
All of you using that? Okay, so you've been using it probably since close to the start of the school year, most of you?
Yeah.
Okay. So what grade are you in?
4th.
4th grade? Okay. So before you started doing the pennies, what did the words do when you looked at them?
Sometimes it confused me when I was looking at them because sometimes it turned blurry when I was looking because I got confused all in my head.
Uh-huh.
And then once I look at it when I use that trick, it don't get blurry anymore. It just helps me read better.
They don't get blurry anymore?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so did they ever move around or just
Not
kind of
really.
get blurry? Okay. And now the words are clear?
Mhm.
Okay. And so do you do the penny exercise every day
For homework, yeah.
for homework? Okay. How long does it take you to do that? Your pennies?
A minute.
About a minute every day?
Yeah.
That's not too bad, huh? No? Do you remember the stuff you read better than you did before?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Are you doing better on your tests and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh yeah? Cool. How do you feel about that?
I'm good.
Feel good?
Mhm.
Did you used to have to read out loud in class?
Yeah.
You've had to read out. Did you like reading out loud in class before?
No.
Is it okay now?
Yeah.
Yeah? Cool, huh? Okay. What about you? What grade are you in?
4th.
4th grade? 2? And what did the words used to do with you before?
It used to get blurry, and like the ones next to it, the 2 words, they used to cross.
Cross. Okay. They kind of move around a little bit, and that's kind of weird, huh? So did you, when you first saw the pennies or first could see the words clear, what did you think about that?
I thought it was really cool.
Did they come in clear for you too? Okay. So do they move around and stuff now?
Mm-mm.
No, you can make the words clear?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how about reading out loud in class now?
It's easier, but I still have trouble with words.
Still have trouble with some of the words? Yeah. Yeah, because some of them you haven't seen before. So now you can see them. Can you sound out the words now that are hard? Was that hard before?
Yeah.
Okay. Because if the word was moving before, could you even really see the letters very good?
I could see like the first letter.
Okay. Now can you see all the letters now? Good. So that helps you sound the words out? And how about remembering stuff now?
I'm really good at remembering stuff now.
Good, huh? So you feel pretty good about
Yeah.
this?
Mm-hmm.
Well, 'cause some kids I notice will look 3 or 4 words ahead, but they'll miss the one back here that they're actually really supposed to be reading. Is that something that you did
Yeah.
a little bit?
Yeah.
So you'd make up some words? Okay. So now are you looking at the word that you're supposed to be looking at when you read?
Yes.
Okay. Do they move around or
No.
anything now?
I don't see different words anymore.
Cool. And are they clear?
Yeah.
Words clear? So can you read out loud in class pretty good now?
Yeah.
Yeah? You're okay with that?
But sometimes I get a little nervous.
Yeah, everybody kind of gets a little nervous out reading out loud, huh? And I think reading out loud, does that help you guys remember?
Mm-hmm.
You're doing the pennies?
Mhm.
Yeah? And how do you like using the pennies?
They really help.
They help?
Mhm.
So before you started doing the pennies, what was it like to read?
The words were hard to read. They weren't super clear.
They weren't clear? Did they move around at all?
No.
Did the ends of the words go apart or come together or move at all?
They kind of came together.
They kind of came together? Okay. Were they blurry?
Not super, but kind of.
Kind of blurry? Okay. So what is it like now?
The words are clear. They're easy to see.
Really?
They
Good.
don't run together.
They don't run together?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So you can read a lot better now?
Yeah.
At what point did you feel like, this thing might actually work?
Probably when I saw the kids' growth on their maps and on the DRAs.
And what kind of growth?
We're
Did you see?
talking one child went from a level 14 to 28 on the DRA and up into the 20s on points on the maps on reading.
In what kind of time period did you see that kind of growth?
From September to December.
And these are kids that haven't really shown much growth in the past, right?
Very little, if any.
Any changes in personality, confidence?
They're a lot more confident. One little boy's personality has totally changed. He used to hardly talk at all, and now I can't get him to shut up. He's just got this bubbly little personality that's coming through.
And were these kids that were reluctant to read out loud?
More so in the classroom than in here with me, because with me, they're pretty much grouped by their ability. So they were not as reluctant in here. In here, now, though, they all want to be first. And in the classroom, they're volunteering to read.
So do you remember what the words used to do with you? Did they move, or were
They just, like, I would skip that word and look at the bigger words.
you'd skip a word, skip ahead, and
Look at the biggest word.
then
in the
so you'd miss the one behind
Yeah,
it?
I'll just guess out one of the words. And
Did the words kind of run together then, or were they far apart? Or?
they were like the same, but I would read it over and I would go to the biggest word
Okay.
and try to find that one out first before I found the little ones.
Okay. Could you see them very clear before? You could see it clear.
Yeah.
Okay. You just kind of couldn't stay in the right spot.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about you? You
I had
remember?
the same problem.
Okay.
Like, I'd skip over them and see a big word like that long, and I'd skip like the
Little words.
yeah,
You
like
missed the little words.
because like say the was like right there, and because I'd skip over this and I'd be because then they'll be words.
Do you have that problem now?
Not very often now.
Not very often. So you tell the kids it's a good thing too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it.
You
I
like it?
think it's been helping me.
It's been helping you. Good.
I feel more confident of going into the 5th grade knowing how to read a little bit better.
And that's what I also liked hearing Anthony say, that it gave him more confidence and stuff. I liked that he said that.
Yeah, he's willing to read out loud in class now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So just even like Anthony, what was he like, before?
He would just be constantly making errors, like flip-flopping, like exactly like he said, he would miss the and say a, little things that didn't matter, but it's gonna mess you up. And it also kind of affected his comprehension because he was so focused on getting to that big word and skipping all the other ones that by the time he was done, he had no idea what he read and stuff. And now his comprehension's really come along, and he's not making nearly as many mistakes. Then Levi, he was at a level 14 at the beginning of the year, and he moved to a level 20. And MAPS was a 161, and he moved up 10 points, which you usually want to see for a whole year, and he did it in a half a year growth, so that's good. Like Dylan, he was reading at a level 8 independently, DRA level, and I tested him and he was at a level 18. He passed the fluency part and everything, which was pretty big.
So
he's never been that high before.
So he had some pretty good growth.
Oh my gosh, yes. Very good.
Okay.
And then his words per minute went up from 30 words per minute to 71 words per minute.
Every kid that I've seen that it's worked on, it's been amazing the transformation these kids have had. They went from non-confident kids into self-confident, and to sometimes even more so the leaders in these classrooms. It's amazing what you'll see on the writing piece, and it's amazing how much clearer the kids' writing is. The penmanship is outstanding, and it seems to me what I'm noticing now is there's a lot less reversals than before, like B's and D's. There seems to be less reversals by using some of the techniques that have been shown.
Can you imagine what it would be like for him, 4 or 5 years from now, having not had the exposed to this as compared to now where they could be in 4 or 5 years?
Absolutely.
What do you think the difference?
Well, and I know that one of my students' parents is really worried about passing driver's tests and being able to pass the high school proficiency and all that. And I think this is a good start for them to reach that.
Yeah.
Just those kind of things that they'll have to do, those life things. And she was worried about it because he was reading at a level 8, and it's scary. And so
Yeah,
I
so
think
they're
this
already-
is giving her hope.
They're already thinking about that
Yeah.
kind of
Oh,
stuff, even that far
absolutely.
down away.
Absolutely.
Without this system, they would continue to be shuffled through the system in the resource classrooms, scoring minimal on proficiency tests, scoring minimal on different tests, and without some kind of system, that there's no way that they would have been able to put the strategies, the reading strategies, in place in order to be successful. Students who have this opportunity and are able to utilize this program that's set forth, the sky's the limit with these kids. I just, again, I wish I had it 15, 20 years ago when I first started, because it's amazing what it can do. We've kept a couple kids out of special education because of what we're doing with the pennies. Probably more than a couple. Probably, I would say in the neighborhood of 10 kids at least, which is pretty amazing.
So what would you tell another kid who was having the same kind of problems you were? What would you tell them? Would this be a good thing for them to try, or?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd actually say you should try it. Help me, and it might help you.
What about you? What would you tell them?
I would tell them it's a good thing to do this. You can see the words clear, and the words won't flip.
The words don't flip anymore. Cool. Do you read faster now?
Yes.
Do you read faster now too? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think the biggest thing about this program is just witness it before judging it.
You can't be more skeptical than I was to start with. Because there's no way I thought that this would work, and now I know it does. I've seen it, and if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I probably wouldn't have believed it either. But give it a try, it's worth your effort.